Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another quick knife review for you today. And the knife we're going to be looking at is this. It is the Maxpedition Ferox. I'll give you a little close-up on the camera. So you've got a nice little belt clip on the top there. And one of these which is a flipper, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a moment. So you've got a small liner lock in there. Nice solid blade, no movement in that. Reasonable blade on it. Now this cost me about £20. Delivered online, and it's a nice little knife. Now it's not my usual fare, it's not the sort of thing I'd normally consider taking out for bushcraft, but I do like having a nice robust sort of folding utility knife just for use around the workshop and at home and things like that, and this sort of really seems to fit the bill. So I picked this up mainly because I found it fairly cheaply online, and you know, so far I'm quite impressed with it. So again, if I come a bit closer to the camera, so you've got double-sided thumb studs on there, so you can open it, you can close it one-handed with the liner lock, and this little thing on the top here, this flipper. So the idea is that you flip down on this with your finger and it will open the blade. Now what I've noticed, if I try and do this just using my finger alone, I can get about here, maybe a little bit higher, maybe not. That's about as far as I can get it, but if you do give the knife just a little flick with your hand while you do it, you can get the knife open very, very quickly. Now that's more of a, in my view at least, that's more of a sort of a tactical kind of thing, so you can kind of pull it out of a pocket, flick it open. You know, I'm guessing this is more geared towards places like the States where, you know, you may be carrying this for self-defense or something like that. Obviously not what we're allowed to do over here in the UK, but I do quite like it. I can take it out of my pocket, do this, and it's kind of there ready to go. But as far as the knife itself is concerned, I've got a little bit of off-cut stick here, and I haven't touched this blade since I got it. I've not sharpened it, I've not stropped it, and you know, the blade is pretty good. I mean, this is green wood, but it's, you know, it's cutting through this no problem whatsoever. And I would be quite happy to sort of take this out maybe camping with me or something like that. And you know, you're not going to get any kind of problems with this. The back of the spine is actually quite thick, so you know, you've got a lot of nice fine control if you're using the back of your thumb for sort of some more sort of detailed cuts and that kind of thing. But all in all, this is kind of a really nice knife. I mean, I will throw some specs up on the screen just so you know what it's all about. But for me, this is going to be kind of like a real workhorse of a knife. This is the sort of thing that I'll keep in my pocket if I'm not doing any kind of detail carving or anything like that. And you know, I will use this for anything from sort of opening packages and boxes, you know, small cutting jobs like this in terms of bushcraft. You know, it's the kind of knife that I've got no problem with sort of, you know, levering open a paint tin, or using it for sort of a little bit more heavy duty use that I wouldn't want to do to any of my more expensive knives, because there's a potential for damage. But again, just giving you a bit more of a close-up on this blade. So this has got a sort of a mini bevel, if you like, and the benefit of that is that it will last quite a while. You know, it's not like some of my other knives that have got Scandi grinds where if you do abuse them, you know, you can chip the edge, damage the edge, that kind of thing. Although that's possible with this, because it's a secondary bevel, you know, it's not going to get damaged too quickly. And for the type of use I'm planning on using it for, just a sort of an everyday, keep it in my pocket, give it a little bit of abuse if I need to, and use it for pretty much anything, you know, I'm quite happy with that. But really guys, that was it. It was just a really, really short, quick sort of look at this knife. So far, I mean, I've had this a couple of weeks now, and as I say, you know, you can see from the close-ups there's no damage to it whatsoever, and I have been giving this a fair bit of abuse. But you know, all in all, I'm quite pleased with this knife. You know, as I say, I'm just going to be using it for general day-to-day tasks, and so far it hasn't let me down. It really has surprised me for the price. You know, I'm a big fan of Maxpedition gear. I quite like their bags, their pouches, the admin systems they do, that kind of thing. Never really sort of didn't even really know that they did knives until recently. I was trolling through a website, just having a look, see what they had on offer, and this came up. So as I say, really, really nice knife. So definitely gets a recommendation from me if you're looking for something a little bit cheap and cheerful. Maybe not your kind of, you know, the real cheap budget end, sort of £5–10 jobs that you can get, and the benefit I found with this is that the blade is actually pretty good in comparison to a lot of the cheaper end folding knives. So anyway guys, that's enough from me. So I hope it was useful. Any comments or questions, anything you want to know about this knife, drop them in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks guys.